Good evening, this is Nerds the Human, and welcome back to our Crusader Rebels campaign. And you join us outside Jerusalem, where heroic battle last time saw Philip the Chivalrous claim the Holy City. The Holy City, which is ruled now by a slightly confused Christian in Philip the Chivalrous. He has picked up the Holy Chalice, plus free piety, a huge pile for him. Not really sure what that does for us, to be honest, but yes, he did seem a bit confused about whether he was Christian or Muslim last time, but we'll let him off because he's part of the Anarchy and it's all a little bit chaotic. But yes, it was a bit chaotic for the Kingdom of Jerusalem last time, who lost a huge swathe of their territory. Indeed, they are down now to just 3 settlements. Arsuf under siege, Beni Sulaym camp under siege, and indeed Kerak with a pile of armies standing outside, including the Egyptian crown prince. Yeah, Egypt is starting to appear on the horizon, so we've got to keep a little eye on that. I don't have very much intel right now, so we'll have to see about that. So yes, we'll just get the boats to swing on around. Okay, fine. Boats just do what they want to do, I suppose. So yeah, we'll get that under siege and under blockade, but we'll start getting them moving along so that we can keep an eye on Egypt. We of course do have seaward down here, so that might be useful in time, and if we can get boats under our control, we will indeed be able to potentially send a little fleet down south to cause them trouble. Elsewhere, the Byzantines are looking in big trouble as well. Atalaya under siege, Smyrna under siege, and Constantinople, not quite, but it is blockaded, and the Venetians are hanging around. We have Captain Ali blocking the pathway here across to Asia Minor, and that means that, yes, aside from this guy over here, Byzantines are looking pretty darn weak. In fact, yes, generals, there are no family members over on these islands here, and indeed, once we take the 2 settlements on the mainland, oh yes, back in Europe, that is the only place they have any generals, so we can snub them off and deal with the Byzantines once and for all. Today, though, I think we really want to be focusing on Jerusalem, finishing them off. Hopefully, Egypt will play ball and beat them up for me, but I suspect they'll come for me first because, of course, the rebels, they're pretty much just going to hunt down all of my territories first and foremost. A fairly quiet in turn, it must be said, but we do have Jerusalem under siege. That is quite significant, it should be said. And yes, another army wandering up the Dead Sea. We do at least, though, have the River Jordan blockaded. The river crossing there is under our control. Now, there's a couple of armies coming for it, so we'll see how they last. But we have plenty of reinforcements coming down south. Gradually, we are filling up our castles with new armies, and that is excellent news indeed. So you just keep an eye on him, keep tracking them. Another army, Captain Gregory. Oh, this is very good news, actually. Captain Gregory is moving eastward, which means Kerak is ready to be attacked. Oh, very nice indeed. Now, this is full up, which means they can't retreat into the city. We will take advantage of that. It's down south. Beni Hill is once again under siege. It's just the way it goes over there. Unfortunately, that is their life. But yeah, we will be able to grab this army over here and deal with that before too long, so we need not worry about that situation. As for Jerusalem, we will let them try and come in if that's what they want to do. I assume in a turn or two they will bother to do that, so I'm quite happy for that situation. I'll see 7 turns until the siege is done. What I might do with them is bring another army to finish that off. So yeah, I'm going to bring this army. I think that's for the best, and we'll put it under siege, and maybe we'll just let them do this job, and we'll bring, yes, Khalil al-Abbas further across to do some other work. But I think what we probably want to do is go and head into Kerak straight away, actually, because this army, yeah, Captain Nigel, the utter tit, wants to do it. Knights of Tripoli here, a very good unit indeed. Couple catapults, I didn't get those, unfortunately. King Baldwin the Honourable over here, by the way. Let's be taking him out now. He can be very, very difficult. Full authority. In fact, he's even got that little shadowy 11th authority, which I'm not sure how that works in terms of the game, but it does look like there's actually 11 there. In terms of his traits, he's looking pretty darn good. Chivalry's high, so he isn't going to have his units flee any time soon. He's a fairly normal general, all things considered. Right, we've got this army here. We've got some reinforcements. I will allow them to be controlled by the AI just for chaos. It'll be fine. Let's head on in. As ever, then we begin with a little skirmish here, just taking out some of these catapults early doors. No need to worry about that. But you might well notice that we do have ourselves a little spare button here today. We've got a flash our units, which is quite useful because, of course, as we've noticed, the Kingdom of Jerusalem have some very, very similar looking colours, and we also have a big pile of reinforcements in the distance here today. They should be on shootout stance, so we'll get that into position. The main cavalry are now just running towards our line. That is absolutely fine by me. Absolutely marvellous. Yes, thank you to Xander77RU, who did put a little comment in the comment section, of course, to tell me about this little button here. And it's just one of those silly things in the files where they've named the faction symbol as rebels and not slaves. A big thank you to him. He does have a guide, actually, for the rebels on Steam, so do go check that out. You might well have seen it around already. But yeah, that's quite useful. He's got more coming apparently for Medieval Two Kingdoms. So yeah, do look out for those for today though. He's got us this lovely, lovely shiny button, which I will almost certainly forget to use far too often. But I'm just going to bring my guys back for the time being. No need to get them all killed. It looks like my allies are shooting them down as well. Ooh, we can see some lovely, lovely fire over here. Excellent stuff. Now, unfortunately, my guys have been a little bit too aggressive here. Now, I had them in shootout, but I guess we have an awful lot of Turkmens things. I'd like them to come towards my line, to be honest, because, yes, I'm much better off. Yeah, someone's running away. We're much better off just letting them come and die against the hill here. It's no problem with reinforcements. They do tend to cause me some problems that I don't need, and we're largely just shooting our own men with the reinforcements. Excellent start, everyone. Right, in fact, they are, to be fair, they are down a hill here. So it's not the worst place to trap them in many ways, but I feel like we maybe have missed that opportunity. Well, having selected these guys to go onto defensive stance, they are now getting a little bit closer to my line, which is useful, I suppose. But down we go. Okay, we've shot all of our missiles, taking out the original general. Kind of a pointless waste of our time, but that's absolutely fine. They are now coming on in, and that means that they are running forward, which is always a bit stupid. Unfortunately, our main ally friends are just pushing forwards down the hill. Well done, lads. That's really stupid. So, okay, they're on defensive stance. They still seem to be running all over the place. This is my guy who is supposed to be doing a bit of skirmishing, in fairness. So that's absolutely fine. But yes, let's go send ourselves down the hill. Well done, my AI friends. Well done. Right, what I need to do then, I guess, is start swinging across here and pinning them in this corner instead. That's probably the best thing that I can do to help them out. Nice of Jerusalem, Desert Archers. Why are you leaving your Desert Archers there to be charged, you utter fools? Okay, well, I'll press the button because we have it, but if anything, it's slightly blinding. Anyway, but shoot down the red guys. That'll be fine. Where is the line that I've told us to do? Just stop there instead. That'll be fine. Get into that position. Good news indeed. So. Where are we at? Generals over here. We've got our Turkmens. Yeah, we've got a couple of our Turkmens. We'll put skirmish back on because they're getting caught out now. Yeah, they're getting caught out. Brilliant. Too busy looking at flashing colours. This is a really auspicious start to the day, this battle, but I think we'll be fine, to be honest with you. We got all the units in the world to mop them up. I'm going to start bringing my cav around here. My infantry line is taking on theirs. That's absolutely marvellous. And hopefully we've got some flanking. Can we go aggressive now, lads? Let's go aggressive. I'm going to tell these guys to charge down the hill. And these guys are around the flank, because really I need to just make sure that I've got myself protected back here. Mostly it's okay. Can I get all my archers shooting in on the general? I feel very, very distracted today, it must be said. Not really sure why, but don't feel like I'm at my best focus here. Dismounted Gulams. Ah no, our ally has killed himself. It's hardly a surprise because he's been after numpty the whole time. So let's get all my cavalry in here then. Absolutely marvellous. Gulam lads, get yourself in there. And I think we'll be fine. We'll get the general out of this. We don't need to get him too involved. Let's get some of the religious lads. You guys on my second line, you can just pull out and get involved in all of that nonsense. Absolutely fine and dandy. Does it look like... What happened to my cav over here? Are they around the back here? Yes, indeed they are. I can't tell anything that's going on. I can press this button all I like, but it flashes. I actually kind of need it to stay the same colour rather than flashing like a... I don't know. Flashing like a baboon. Yes, flashing like a baboon. Let's go with that. Right, well, as it happens, the generals just piling on in, and there's quite a lot of them. So we might lose our army here. There's flaming shots doing almost good work. Not quite. I was supposed to snipe them, wasn't I? Absolutely, I was. Great. So we've got these lads back here. Maybe your job, sir, can be to go and deal with those guys. Yeah, go and deal with a catapult. Hopefully you can work out a way to get there. Apparently we are winning the battle, but it looks like we're losing an awful lot. It's probably just that the general here is causing us a fair few problems. I'm going to tell my infantry just to get onto guard mode. Just hold your position, to be honest. Ah, he's dead. Excellent news. And with that, yeah, we should be in a much better position. You don't be on guard mode. I'm also slightly worried that, I mean, my general's in there. I'm not worried about him really from their general. I'm just worried about their catapults with a lucky shot. It would be kind of funny them shooting at their own general, but it is what it is. Just continue to charge them down wherever my cavalry got to. They got intercepted mid-route, as you might well imagine. Not surprised there. What are my allies doing? I don't know, you know. I really don't, but I don't know what I'm doing either, so we'll send them all through there. Mr. General, you can stay here. It looks like, oh yeah, we have melted them now. Yeah. Okay, with the General gone, them fleeing, they now seem to be running away. I don't mind this one being chaotic battle, by the way, as you might have noticed. I'm at the point where, yeah, let's have some fun here. We've got the army advantage, we're always going to win. Chase them all down, lads, chase them all down, get them melting, and infantry, yeah, get yourselves off guard mode and all just start piling forward. I don't know if there's anyone left actually fighting. Doesn't really look like it, does it? Yeah, just get yourselves into them, and I'm sure we'll clear them out before too long. Victory is ours, and it must be said, only at the very end is this button particularly useful just to see where they are hiding. But only 30 men remaining, so we'd be pretty darn unlucky if they somehow managed to keep their castle. And with that, Kerak surely is ours. I think one unit did get away, but too many are gone. And with that, Lachkin Kavur. Oh yes, he can head on in. Well done, my good sir. Sack that beautiful, beautiful rebel fortress. Oh, lovely. We're going to burn down the chapel. We don't really need that. No, we'll build that instead. Although maybe we'll get the paved roads first, I suppose. Right, lovely job. We can hire some more Turks over here. That's good to know. But we have slightly damaged this army with our reckless battle in there. So I have to reorganise it slightly. But you know what? We can just get straight on out. So he's getting himself some loyalty, which is pointless because he's a rebel. And an extra dread, which is something, I guess. Perhaps unsurprisingly, our Beni Sulaym camp, Captain Toby is going to sally forth to take us down. Pile of infantry on the whole, so yeah, should be easy enough to shoot them down as they run out of their own walls. Let's get on with it. Well, this is the interesting one. We have ourselves, yes, Northern European city in the middle of the desert, and it does look quite unusual, doesn't it? I quite like it, although the colour scheme's a little bit bland, lads. Should probably get this painted. We'll paint it with their blood soon enough. And indeed, we are just going to get ourselves organised. We've got an interesting little position here because there's a small farmstead and a windmill over here. There's also a couple of towers, so using it is a bit awkward if these towers ever turn on. I'm not sure if I guess they'd need to be inside for them to be activated, but a small concern about getting too close to this farm, although we might well start to pin them in like that in time if we see the opportunity is good for it. So I think we'll just aim at these cavalry as much as possible. We would just want to have those guys cleared out ASAP, but yeah, they're going to get themselves clogged in. In fact, on that note, we do want to get infantry. Maybe it's too late for that now. Maybe not. They're still organising themselves. You know what? Let's start moving. Yeah, the second I move, they want to do it as well. Get yourselves back, lads. Stay away from the towers because they'll start activating them in time. It's absolutely fine. All right, no fun from these lads. But we will go and, oh yes, Templar Sergeants over there. Okay, of interest. Let's maybe just grab a couple of Turkopoles to go and cause some annoyance for those lads over on the flank. And if I'm honest, I'm probably just going to send these guys over to a lovely flanking position and they can do some good old charging. You try and hit those guys, you try and hit them, and yeah, we'll be absolutely fine. But these guys do need to just maybe get on with this just a little bit quicker. In general, I'm quite happy just to Yeah, leave everyone in a position where they can do some charging. They've already killed their general. Good, hit by the ram apparently. Everyone's got to be happy about that. They're already routing. Absolutely perfect. We'll leave those guys in position ready to charge. These guys got intercepted by Syrian militia. It's fine, probably. We'll get these guys to charge into them instead. You line yourselves up, and I don't think these guys are going to last too long. If you can actually finish charging at these guys, that'd be absolutely marvellous. But I'm just going to get these cav now to start swinging across their lines, and that probably means they're not going to last very long. Yeah, look, they're falling apart, melting like the proverbial cheese. And in this kind of weather, it's hardly surprising, to be honest. Not a place to bring your cheese to battle. And we will start to mop them up as much as possible. All cavalry. Yeah, their gate is shut. We will chop them at the door. No missiles, lad. Just the sword. We bring them to the death. And with that... No, they've opened the gate, you utter fiends. I want to chop you down. Fine, we'll just claim victory the old-fashioned way. I'm happy enough just claiming that. 149 men lost. Absolutely marvellous. We're about to lose the other settlements to the Egyptians, so Beni will be coming back for you with this army, who's in pretty darn good shape. I did say paint it with their blood, so do we exterminate for that reason? No, we'll sack it. We won't entirely burn it down. Unfortunately, yes, this town, we've only got 3 town militia. I will fight it myself just to do a bit of plaza nonsense, but we're in big trouble here. A lovely stripe of blue on the Egyptian flag there. That is absolutely glorious. It's also raining here, which I suspect doesn't happen too often. They're sending in the archer militia. Unfortunately, we've already been shot, and it's hardly going to go well. We are, though, going to try and stand ground as much as possible. We've already been pushed back quite a lot. Can you just go on to guard? Try and actually stay on the plaza, please, my good sirs. You are going to be surrounded. You are going to be chopped down pretty quickly. We can only hope that we do a little bit of damage. 6%, not great, to be honest. But if we can get about 10-ish, I guess that will have to do here. So we have indeed been melted. The general is gone. I'm happy he lasted that long, quite frankly. But yes, we got to 10%. Victory and glory. We will have to claim it here today. Our army's tiring, and we're pretty much being pushed off the plaza at this point. But you know what? That's not the worst showing, guys. You pretty much fought to the very end. And with that, yeah, we'll just have to send someone. The last man fled. Oh, what a complete tool. So obviously they have indeed captured that camp. We'll send the other army after them, but we should be in a very good position here. I'll ignore him. Yes, to finish off the Kingdom of Jerusalem at Arsuf. Now, there is a castle there to deal with. We'll try and run. Aha, we got away. Kerak, a swordsmith guild. Very nice indeed. Yes, I'll quite happily go for that. Thank you very much. What can we get here? Turkomans. Definitely useful for the swordsmith guild. Excellent. Okay, end of term report. I don't like how many of these there are. I know it's fine. I was worried that there was like a turncoat or something, but no, it's absolutely fine. Yes, a turncoat would be weird, but yes, being bribed is definitely something that can still happen. An awful lot of stuff going on, but I pretty much got, every single town building at this point. Absolutely magnificent. Ooh, castle has been repaired over here. Excellent news. I think we had a castle to crit. Yes, that is underway. Lovely stuff. Might as well change over to castles over here a little bit in preparation for the Mongol threat. Alright, we're going to grab ourselves most of this force. We'll leave behind a couple of the damaged lads. That's absolutely fine and dandy. We'll just replace them with some of these. That's fine. And at this point, yeah, we'll just get that back under siege pretty much straight away. So we'll just keep an eye on those guys. As for this guy, Captain Gregory should join us pretty soon if... Ooh, yes, there's Prince France as well. He hasn't bothered dealing with the bridge battle. No, okay, that's fine. We were just sending random force around here. I was going to send some of them as scouts and some of them to, yeah, just mop up random forces, to be honest, with the auto-resolve. There's the unit around, rather just clear them off if at all possible. But they can go back to Kerak for the time being. And indeed, this guy can just go in and keep an eye on the desert. But if we can get these two guys to join us, that would be very helpful against Egypt. Now, Egypt haven't headed in to Jerusalem. There's a lot over here, and to be honest, I think we might need Khalil to come and do some night battle with them, just to help out a little bit. He's got a sword bearer, as well as a holy lance. He can carry both at once, damn it. He's an absolute hero, although he is actually a horse archer, I believe. So I'm not sure how effective his lance and sword are when he doesn't use those weapons. Nonetheless, all is fine. By the way, in case you wonder, there is no family tree officially. I can't make him like faction leader and thus gain more units. Unfortunately, that's the way this is. I wouldn't mind just auto-resolving this, to be honest, but it's the last one of these their cities. So I guess we'll have to do it properly, which probably means I need to get myself as many of the infantry into this army as possible. So probably do need to do a little bit of organising before I head on in. In we go to battle then. You know what, I'm just going to tell the reinforcements to just head on in and do chaotic things. We might as well. It can't be a night attack, unfortunately, because it is their final city, and I probably need these reinforcements just in case they might put up a good fight with King Guy over here. He's got himself a fool, which is rather nice, and he also has some 7 experienced Turkopoles. Very nice indeed. But yes, we should probably just head on in with everyone and just let the AI chaos take control. We might as well tell both armies to be as aggressive as possible, although these guys actually have no reinforcements. They were just there to clear off a random force and got stuck in the zone of control, so they aren't going to do very much here today. But we do have reinforcements over on this side where there actually aren't too many entry points, unfortunately, but it is what it is. We're just going to get people up to the walls. Now there are plenty of forces over here coming on in, and the AI very rarely puts very much on this side. There is actually a unit all the way over here on this particular occasion. Very nice indeed. Yes, we start the day with massive chaos battle. We might as well continue that. So let's head on in, see what we can do. And I think sheer numbers will just have to do the job here. That's why these archers are in this position. So we'll be fine. We might lose a lot. To be honest, the sheer chaos approach might actually do us some good. So I'm going to send these guys up to the walls, and assuming that we're going to be able to get them holding, I'm going to be quite happy to send some archers immediately there, and we'll just see if we can do anything with that. That'll be hopefully absolutely fine. Yes, these guys are taking on some other units over here. That's fine, so we might as well start to pin them in position. The most damage we can do possible, I think, is going to have to be the best way of doing it. So, right, the gate is open, which means these reinforcement cav can now start to run in the city and get themselves immediately murdered. That's absolutely fine by me. So, yes, we have some archers here. Get these archers up on the wall, if at all possible. If you guys want to come over here, what I should have probably done was get these spears in position, actually, to just block the streets with their schiltrum. I thought they did at them, but maybe there's not the button up here, I think, is probably what's happening. So that'll be absolutely fine. So it looks like we managed to grab this wall surprisingly quickly, actually. Wasn't really expecting that, but you know what, we'll take control. We'll get some archers up on the walls, and I will be feeling very, very good about this. Well, seems to be completely overwhelmed them on the walls. We're actually in a very good position here. We have Trebizond archers up at the top. Turkopoles are taking us on, but that kind of works because we're now sending in well, they're sending in some cavalry to meet our infantry. But we do have some more coming over there very, very quickly indeed. So do make sure you actually arrive. By very, very quickly, I mean slowly get off the walls, because that's how it works on this game, for Pete's sake. We do have one more spear over here, so let's just get them running on in. I did actually miss a couple of the units setting up. Apparently, yes, this is the spare infantry that we're going to hold back for later. So we'll keep these guys here in case we desperately need them. But we'll send in that other unit ASAP. So let's start swinging in that direction. Actually, no, you stay up there. You stay up there, because they are going to start coming on down to take us on a little bit. But we can get our archers in position. Yeah, they're going to try and push through us. But that'll be absolutely fine. We'll just start shooting into them as much as we can. I think we're in a pretty good position here by being superbly aggressive. It's quite good, really. That's the general getting whittled down. Let's just shoot into him. Thank you very much. Turkish archers, you also shoot on into him. More Turkish archers. You know what, sirs? You get the idea. Shoot into the general. Down he goes. That well, it's not quite the end of the faction, actually. I think there's still another prince hanging around somewhere. But I think we're now in a very, very nice position. Oh no, one of our allies is dead. Oh well, what a fool. He's got himself killed. So that's absolutely lovely. We'll just go and get these guys moving forward. You lads, you can get yourself... Yeah, just block up this street for the time being, sirs. But I do feel like my allies are probably going to start pushing on a little bit more than they probably need to. You get yourself into Sheltram over there and we'll start making sure the missiles are doing the heavy work. But yeah, get on top of those knights as much as we possibly can. Turkish archers, shoot into them. And oh yeah, this is very much what we want to see. There's 69, nice, nearly dead at this point. They are stuck, running back and forth, and yeah, if you've got sheer numbers, you can do this. They didn't have enough to actually defend the walls. If they had a full stack and we had 3 full stacks, they'd be like filling up these walls quite badly. We could still have a lot of problems. But seeing as, yeah, we can just stand around in the streets here, we'll be absolutely fine. Some of my cav are coming on in now. Probably not the most sensible idea. But you know what, guys? Get yourself out of Sheltram. Let's get us onto the plaza. All infantry, I would say, at this point. Let's just start heading on in. Victory is ours soon enough then. Yes, we just had way too many men for them here. Khalil Alabas, once again, victorious, and he is the one to finish off the Kingdom of Jerusalem. And with that, Arsuf falls, and the last of their cities. Sack it. And with that, the most beautiful message. The Kingdom of Jerusalem have fallen. Magnificent news. And with that, 3 dread to... Oh, Khalil Alabas, the Mauler, I think we just saw there. Absolutely magnificent. So yes, up to 3 now. Promising attack, and nothing's too much has changed there. Arsuf, by the way, a decent amount of troops coming out of there. But I think, to be honest, we're going to need to immediately grab our forces and start heading over in this direction. I mean, of course, it's well worth noting that we did gain a few units from them, but not very many at all, it must be said. Just a few in that big army over there. And, ooh, France Personnes has joined us. Interessante. And, okay, the French person is on our side, which is very nice indeed. He brought with him a load of unhorsed knights. You got to find your horses, chaps. It's a bit unfortunate, but, okay, decent enough. Add that into the forces of Kerak, who seem to be full of battered men. So we'll have to organise that, get you guys in there soon enough. That means that you, sir, don't need to be worrying about this anymore. You can start turning back. And, yeah, we need to go and deal with them, of course. But, okay, very nice indeed. So it says here Gregory Stingley, but there's no general here. So that's gone an interesting way. That's unusual, isn't it? He has a proper name. It's not like Captain something. He's literally got a full name, but he doesn't have an actual unit. Very bizarre. Strange things happen on the Rebels campaign, and that is yet another one of those. But we have brought a good friend Khalil Alabas, the Dreadful, over in this part of the world, because he does need to go and do a little bit more work. So we gathered the troops, which are still in good shape after the last battle, but we will make it a night battle and take this guy out. Straight into battle, and as ever we seem to have ourselves a beautiful hill, and we're just going to send in our cav to immediately try and pick off these guys who are wandering off just at the edge of the battlefield. Unfortunately, they have ran into some of their friends, so we will have to keep the cavalry back from being completely insane, but it's absolutely fine. We'll get ourselves into position. Mr. Infantry, you seem like you're going to make it in good time. Thank you verily. So yes, we'll just get ourselves quickly moved into position along this area. Get some of our archers there too. Lovely job there. And yeah, I think we're looking very nice when it comes to this position here. They might beat us to some of this, but I would say in general, this is looking very nice. Right, yes, let's get our archers onto loose. And with them on loose, I think we can just get them quickly into another position and start probably doing similar with these guys. Now, I was a bit worried about some of these catapults and things, but considering yeah, considering the fact that these guys are actually way down a hill, we'll probably be in a decent position to cause them some trouble without those guys giving us too much of an issue. So we're just going to send our cavalry, the actual chargy kind, over there. Mr. General, you can stay here with the camels and hang out and do some shooting from back there. Absolutely lovely. And you, my good lad, you get over there, because now we've gone northern and then Scottish, apparently. I don't know why that happened. But anyway, they're going to send in some of the infantry. Al-Haka! Well named for their hacking abilities, of course. My cavalry just can slightly intercept it on its way down the hill. That's absolutely fine. I suspect this army is not going to last too long. Possibly just want to be picking our targets a little bit here. Yeah, just aim towards the back at the Saracen lads. They'll fall apart before too long. You guys head into those, start shooting those gulams. Good, Mangonel has been cleared out. And Balistad, you are next. And with that, I think, to be honest, yeah, I think it's probably time for a Mamelukes over here. There are a couple of Turkomans as well. Start sending them in and across the line. They're throwing a fair few men in at this point. So yeah, let's just move over there. Down goes Steve, ran over by a horse, trampled, and then bitten. That was a pretty brutal end for his life. Absolutely marvellous. Okay, get the Turkomans to start swinging along to those gulams, please. Thank you very much. That's actually the wrong units. That's actually the Mamelukes. Thomas, you want the Mamelukes to be doing other things. Okay, so they're pretty much entirely surrounded, falling apart, and it looks like the battle is already ours. And from down the hill, it's not looking an awful lot better for these guys. They're pretty much all falling apart. There is the odd unit still fighting, like these Mamelukes over here. He says, as they decide to flee, so down they go too. And with that, we're pretty much gone. These guys did get themselves caught out pretty badly. But on the whole, I think we pretty much got this one wrapped up here. There's a few more units, a few more armies to take out potentially. 17 to 81%. We did lose a few men there, but it's not too bad. Overall, pretty nice job. A lovely little night battle there for us. Hopefully we can snipe off a few more armies. And there's yet another battle to take place immediately afterwards, and this time we'll just let the three armies come in at once. We'll just tear them apart, tear them asunder. And indeed, okay, there's a few decent units here, it should be said, and they are going to come in separately, which can cause difficulties, but I think we'll be fine as long as we don't waste all of our arrows too ineffectively. So let's try and take them all out in one go. Khalil, it's up to you. It must be said, I am very disappointed that the sea here is not where they're entering the battle from. Unfortunately, yeah, the reinforcements coming from the side are just across from here, so yeah, sadly they're not going to immediately drown. That would have been quite funny if that had been the way it had gone, but alas, it is not. There's also supposed to be some boats over there. There are some Egyptian units back in that rear. They just haven't arrived yet because they're all the way around that cliff. Must bear in mind they will arrive at us eventually. Guys, do you want to start running? That's kind of what you're supposed to be doing. So yeah, let's just go and grab our cav, make sure they are causing these guys lots and lots of problems. Probably want to make sure actually that yeah, we get a little poke into these desert archers so that they are not causing us problems. So we'll just go and give those guys a poke. Archers can do some lovely shooting, and hopefully, yeah, these guys won't come in anytime soon because we do need to bear them in mind. But yes, there should be a boat in the sea here. I did see that as the old Kingdom of Jerusalem boat. Now, it would be very nice indeed if those guys were us and the army joined us. I don't think the army has, but I did see the boat still on the map, and I hadn't thought about that until now. So that one could be very interesting indeed. Hopefully, yeah, hopefully we'll have those guys on our side at the very least. That boat can be our friend, just sit in the sea. So yes, we'll go and take care of these archers. We'll let these guys do their skirmishing. That'll be absolutely marvellous. The other armies will eventually arrive, but these guys will be shredded by the time that happens. We are starting to reach the point when we just need to take these guys out and start reorganising. We're charging into this guy, charging into the next guys. Hopefully we're just going to wrap them up pretty darn soon. These guys are just going to run off, take care of those desert cav. That's really what we need to be doing. Start shooting them, start charging them, and the rest of you guys just pile on in, and we'll probably just get these guys to actually just stop for a minute. So you probably need them not to kill us. So someone just fell down the hill there. Some very wonky angled horses. Gotta love the wonky angled horses. They are good fun. But ooh, we are getting caught out over there more than I thought. I thought we were able to mop someone up. But I think they sent more units in. I should probably pay some cocking attention, Thomas. So okay, those reinforcements are starting to arrive. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. Okay, that probably means I need to keep moving just a little bit more. Yeah, let's just start taking this hill position instead. And I think at that point, yeah, we'll probably be fine. We'll just get one of you just to finish him off. But in general, let's get ourselves into position, guys. We're going to need to deal with the reinforcements. Taking on 3 armies at once is always a really bad idea, by the way. Not just because, well, they've got numbers, but it's mainly because of just them overrunning you, to be honest. You get tired, and eventually that really causes you problems. These guys are supposed to be joining the party on the other flank to take care of the reinforcements. They're currently not doing that, which is not ideal. You get yourselves onto loose. Thank you very, very much. And they're charging in right now. Interesting. Right, my cav is hitting their rear. It is Mamelukes, so we've got a good chance of winning that. But yeah, mostly we just want to... You know what? I'm just going to send them all back in here. They got very quickly to the edge there, but then they haven't bothered coming into the battle properly. So I reckon it's a time for us to shaken, steady, shaken. He's not shaken anymore. Let's hit this guy because our cavalry is coming on in and they can mop them up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, cavalry's here just in good time. Everyone come across and pick off that guy. If there is any of them still fighting, just the one back there, Arab cav at the rear. That's okay. We'll just take care of these guys very, very quickly. Get on top, mop them up. That's a big pack of Nubian spearmen who are, yeah, fighting to the death. Not doing too much, but it could be of interest very, very soon. Let's just quickly, guys, turn this line around. Thank you very much. Get all the cav into this guy instead. Where are you going, camels? I like my camels. They seem to be running off in the wrong direction. So that's of interest, isn't it? Right, get the main line in position. Get the cav in behind, quite frankly, because you don't need to be at the front anymore. We're done mopping them up. You can get yourself into a safe place, and we can finish dealing with these armies. There's a good amount of their troops here, actually, in many ways, isn't it? Probably need some more of this infantry to start piling on in, because they're doing something. Not sure what exactly in terms of damage. You charge on in. You charge on in. You charge on in. Let's just actually run our infantry line forward for the first time in all of history. Yeah, alright. Get our cavalry out to this flank. Thank you very much. And eventually we'll be able to mop them up just a little bit. Perfect. Perfect. That's just what we want. Get around the side. Get around the side. Thank you very much. Start piling through. And I would say at this point, guys, just do as much as we can to finish this here battle off. Oh, yes. Now, this has been quite a lot of damage to this army. It was a decent enough army, to be fair. But it's done an awful lot of work. It's done some good work. And its job will largely be done at the end of all of this. Get on top of these guys. Pin them in place. The general is going to deal with some of his other lads. It's absolutely fine. But we need to start swinging around, finishing them off, just mop up anyone we can now. Victory and glory is ours. And it says 89%, and that's not quite enough to wipe them off the face of the earth, I suspect. But it's pretty darn good. They've got, what, another 300 at max there. Absolutely, well, not at max, there's literally over 300. But anyway, all is absolutely fine. We've done a great job here. And with that, we see one fall into, well, not the sea, the boat. The boat seemed to react. Thank you, Mr. Boaty. Yes, just to confirm, the boat was indeed there, but there were no reinforcements on the boat. That's a shame. We'll just use him as a scout. So thank you very, very much there, sir. Fine. Mr. Khalil, you could be in trouble, actually. You don't have the most refreshed army in the world. Got random reinforcements everywhere. You know what, you'll probably be fine. If they're going to lift the siege to deal with you, that would be quite stupid, I would suggest. We do have some reinforcements that have come over here, but they can't necessarily reach him because they've only just made it to the city. It's a bit of a shame. Yeah, I think that's generally the case of most of these units. he can't make that either. Fine. You know what? He'll be okay, but we'll just send him an extra couple cav units just to kind of keep him ticking over. But Khalil, he can manage it. Unfortunately, one of my units is going to get picked off. He was actually displacing that merchant there, and it is something I've been doing just for a bit of amusement, to be a turncoat army. What is this? Was that just this little force here? This man needs to die. You know what? We will have him killed immediately. And down he goes. You can't be too surprised about that, my good sir. And with that, the army can get themselves back on the bridge. Okay, absolutely lovely. Actually, to be fair, the army that decided to join also needs to go down. You utter bunch of tits. It's just two horse archers. There we are. We lost 6 loyal rebels to take care of them. Absolutely disgraceful, all things considered. But you know what? We've learned something, which is that all agents must die. On that note, yes, not you actually, sir, no. But what quite a lot of these guys have started doing is just standing on this stuff just to annoy the merchants. I find it quite amusing, to be honest. It's not something I normally do, but I have started doing it at the moment. Over here, I'm interested what was going to happen because I decided to move across and let this guy come towards the crossing. Mission success. You've been given free Saracen militia at our capital, which apparently is Kerak de Sevillas. I can pronounce this, but I don't know why I can't pronounce it when it comes up like this. It's like I'm committed to not saying chevalier, which is probably still not right, but it's close enough. Damn it, I'm going to say it's right. So yes, we'll just keep sending people in this direction. We got an awful lot of units here, gradually getting themselves sorted and into position. Yeah. All those northern castles now giving me lots and lots of tasty options. Okay, well, we'll just get him back in the town. That's absolutely fine. Yeah, big pile of cav moving its way ever onwards. Now, okay, we're going to have to go deal with these guys. They're kind of irritating. So, first and foremost, let's take these guys out. Ooh, one of the most important things with that job done is Mosul Citadel upgrade. Okay, it's probably not that important at all, but long term, with the Mongols coming, yes, we'll want those ballista towers as well. An awful lot of buildings done, quite a few roads and land clearances and mines, all of that lovely, delicious stuff. Now, in terms of our opportunities here, I should point out Siwa can occasionally get itself a bit of spear militia these days, which is quite nice and welcome. Should mean that we're in a safer space. Now, you're fun. What could we do with you? We could stand on a bridge, but to be honest, I kind of feel like let's just go and poke Alexandria because why not? I could send them all the way over to Siwa. Probably would have been the more sensible idea, but we can do that in time. Oh yes, also last turn I grabbed my friend over here and got him to come join in. He can get on top of that. I thought we had 2 spaces in this army. Apparently not. Wasn't the Byzantine cav instead? We're going to send them down south. Hopefully he'll live. And your job is to, well, come and support this actually. Come and support this little force. It could be good fun. Send them back over to the city. I think we're one turn. Yeah, one turn from Atalaya. Smyrna as well under siege. Got lots and lots of scouts looking over the edge of the water there, which is magnificent. If we had a few more generals here, we might well build a few more towers. But for the meantime, we've just got these random units acting as watchtowers, and we'll let this guy do something. I'm going to stand here so that we're not too far away, but I do want to make sure that we building up our extra armies here. So this one's quite nice, isn't it? Not too shabby. Got him to come and help us out. As for the rest of this nonsense, okay, Jerusalem, they didn't come in. If they don't come in this turn, I will actually just relieve it, because I can't have Philip Chivalrous losing his army in this disgraceful manner. But I will send Khalil. Ooh, what do I want to do? There's a few odd armies here. I might just go and pick them off. Well, surprisingly, the Byzantines are actually going to defend Atalaya, in spite of the fact that they've been sitting there for about 8 turns and not bothered. So, okay, lads, I think we can just make an auto-resolve there. This guy doesn't like to fight, as we know from his initial running away on the first time he fought. His men fought very, very valiantly, But, you know, he'll just let them do the job. Jerusalem. Okay. This looks like a fun old battle. Okay, Jerusalem, the siege of Jerusalem. We are going to have to do a good bit of work here to defend against this. You know what? I think we might make this the start of next time just to make it fun, you know. I reckon we've probably got enough here today to call it an episode. Might be a bit of a short one, but let's start off next time with this, the Siege of Jerusalem. Crown Prince, as well as his other lad. 7 experience. Is that 8 experience? It's actually hard to tell. The bar's gone a little bit weird on him there, to be honest with you. They've got some 8 experience Gulams, some basic infantry. Otherwise, though, it should be said they've got some more Gulam Cav. Interesting one. Okay, we haven't got an awful lot of infantry ourselves, mind you. We've got an awful lot of horse archers, so this could be very silly indeed. Okay, Philip the Chivalrous taking on Crown Prince Al-Adil, and that could be a battle for the centuries. So yes, Jerusalem, I think that deserves its own little episode start there. I'm just going to turn down the music here as we get the end music for the channel going. But yes, so, a productive day, very much the same words as far as I'm concerned. Taking care of the Kingdom of Jerusalem. Who can ever argue that's not an excellent thing? Byzantines down to their last 2 cities. Smyrna under siege. Constantinople not, but it's in a complicated position, I would suggest. And I might actually need to use my boat to get across because Doji Fantino over there is actually blockading us. But maybe we'll just go and take out the armies and get them to flip. That might be the way that we do this in the end. We shall see about all of that. This is looking very fun indeed. And actually with Egypt, having a few little issues with us stabbing them in the rear, this could be very, very fun indeed. For now, I will leave you. I'm Thomas, this is Deus the Human, and this has been our Crusader Rebels campaign. Thank you, and tally-ho. Today we're going to go for particularly aggressive diplomacy. Oh yes, it worked. Kablamo! You were always going to die, Steve. Oh! My feudal knights! My crispy, crispy feudal knights! The ram's burning! Right at the death!